In this edition of our How to Catch a Species series, we cover one of the most iconic species of sea fishing, cod. This video covers how to target them from beaches. First, we'll talk a little about how cod are distributed. We'll then cover what sort of conditions are likely to give you your best chance in catching one. We'll then talk about where on the beach you are most likely to find them. We'll then cover some tips on rigs to help you present any baits effectively. Finally, we'll finish with a few bait suggestions for the session. So let's quickly show you some facts about their location. Atlantic cod can be found all around the UK and through large stretches of the European continental coastline, including the Barents Sea above Norway, as well as throughout the Baltic Sea. They are found all the way along the northern continental coast, as far down as the Bay of Biscay, with limited distribution leading down into Spain. They can also be caught around the Icelandic coast. Around the UK, small codling can be caught potentially all year round, but the larger breeding fish will be seasonal due to their migration, with the exception of certain Scottish coasts producing mature fish year-round. The UK season for migratory cod can typically start as early as September for areas such as northern England, as it's mainly during their breeding migration window that they leave after completing their spring run around early springtime. In the southern UK, October will be the earliest time, but more likely only at deeper water marks and the more premier locations, such as some of the bigger steep-to beaches and other areas of deeper water access. Typically, migratory cod season reliably begins around November for the south, and the cod will be again leaving by early spring. Historically, spring has been known as a key feeding time for many venues, such as on the east coast of the UK, where cod initially feed up before completing the spring run. Targeting mature cod and even immature codling at many venues has become something more of a challenge as the decades have progressed. This is all due to factors such as excessive commercial fishing of localized migratory fishery stocks, destructive methods of commercial fishing such as bottom dredging, as well as warming temperatures in southern waters. We won't be covering too much on ecology and conservation in this video, as in this video we are focusing on fishing techniques, but for those interested in understanding the problem with cod stocks, as well as some of the ways we can make a difference, we'll provide a link at the end of the video. Also check out our ecology and conservation series on our channel page, of which we'll be regularly updating. So let's take a look at which conditions best suit beach fishing for cod. As with many species, it's the night tides that will tend to bring cod inshore more confidently. This is especially relevant if fishing water which is less coloured. If you are fishing in the day, be sure to target cod at venues where the water is carrying sediment. This will help reduce light levels. Cod will prefer inshore waters when there is some level of surf running. Not only does this promote factors such as watercolour, but it also helps dislodge inshore marine life that they feed on. Be sure not to fish when conditions are fierce, such as in storms or stronger winds, as these dangerous conditions will only keep the cod offshore in deep water. If you are unsure of how to predict and use factors such as watercolour and wave action, we'll provide a couple of links at the end of the video. As with many species, cod effectively travel using tide and feed whilst moving. Large inshore movements of tide, such as spring tides during the flood, pull them in closer to our coasts. In addition, tidal current also plays its part in dislodging food. It's for this reason that large tides will tend to be more productive for cod fishing. If you choose to fish in the day, fishing overcast skies will be a wise choice, as this will further reduce light from entering the water. Even when in season, the shoals of mature larger cod will remain offshore out of the reach of shore anglers if shoal numbers are small enough. This is because many of the cod that come into shore need to do so when feeding competition is stronger out in deeper water. As cod stocks are reduced, there is less need for cod to come as close inshore at times to feed. This is one of the reasons why access to deeper water, such as piers or steep-to beaches, tend to be more productive for cod than the more standard shallower beaches. If you are fishing a shallower, more standard depth beach, be sure to use decent distance on your casts. Cod for this reason can be a little challenging for new starters to shore fishing or even for anglers where casting is not their strong point. For cod, it is definitely worth getting some hours in to practice your casting, ideally even having a few lessons with an instructor. So that is conditions covered. But where on the beach should we be looking to cast? As mentioned, distance casting will be a wise choice when cod fishing for most beaches. But another important aspect of casting is ensuring your bait hits a feature where fish are more likely to be feeding. Cod will feed quite hard on the bottom when fishing murky inshore zones, so will seek areas where food is likely to gather up on the seabed. These include areas such as gullies which sit along the beach and hold food that is drawn out from any seabed structure by wave action and undercurrent. Depressions also do much the same thing. They hold food that trips along the bottom, creating points where food gathers up. And cod have evolved to use this to their advantage. Other areas of interest include near rock patches on mixed ground beaches and also areas where worm beds are present. These areas will be particularly useful to fish just after rough weather, such as storms or gale force winds that have dislodged good amounts of food for the cod to feed. So taking the cod's feeding habits into account, what are we looking for in terms of rigs? We need an aerodynamic rig that can cast well. We also need a rig that presents bait close on the bottom, as the cod will be feeding with their noses down. These are the main reasons why one of the first go-to rigs for cod fishing these days tends to be the pulley rig. It also has the added bonus of being a rough ground rig, making it useful for those rocky areas where cod like to visit. This version of pulley rig shown here also uses a bait clip, which will come in very useful for hitting those distances by clipping your bait down pre-cast, to keep everything as streamlined as possible. To make sure we hold bottom, it is wise to use grip leads of anything between 5 to 8 ounces. For this reason, we'll also need to use a minimum rig body strength of 60 pounds breaking strain mono line, which will run freely through a pulley bead at the top of the rig. We also suggest using a casting leader of at least the same breaking strain attached to your main line for safety and reliability. The leader will then connect to a pulley bead. You can tie this on directly or use a strong rig clip permanently tied to your leader that allows you to simply reattach rigs quickly and easily. For the snood, we suggest using anywhere between 18 to 30 pound memory-free mono, of no more than 20 inches. This stops the bait from lifting off the bottom. A pennel-style hook length will allow you to effectively hook large baits. If fishing reasonably clean ground, consider using strong pattern hooks as cod can be sizable fish and may straighten hooks. But if fishing mixed ground, using thin pattern wire hooks that will bend out of snags more easily could be a bonus. The hook sizes should be around 4/0 to present larger baits and better hook into the cod's larger sized mouth. Another rig that presents baits nice and low on the seabed is the classic running ledger. The components for this rig in terms of casting weight, line strength and hook size will be much the same as described for the pulley rig. Just be sure to consider using a bait clip within the rig for clipping your hook length up before casting, as well as making use of a pennel hook length to better present larger baits. Remember, short snoods will prevent baits from lifting when using either type of rig. So finally, which baits will give you the edge when targeting cod? Cod are notorious for being unfussy eaters and will eat almost anything. One method that can pay off well is the use of big baits, as cod will be hunting almost exclusively by scent and vibration in typical ideal inshore conditions. So big baits will offer a good scent trail to lure them towards your rigs. Just be sure to not go so big that you hinder your casting distance. Lugworm is a popular cod bait, either black or blowlug, depending on what is locally available. Squid is another popular bait readily taken by cod, as are baits such as peeler crab and even fish baits. Don't forget that if you are using larger baits and casting at distance, the bait on your hook length can take a hammering from the casting process, especially as it hits the water. so make sure to use plenty of bait elastic to keep your bait streamlined and secure. Hi guys, just a quick reminder, if you like my videos and find that you are learning some useful tips, please do remember to click the subscribe button just under this video. Subscribing is completely free. There's no sign-up process as it's all done at the click of a button. Also do remember to hit the like button if you find a specific video interesting and helpful. Doing these things really does help support the channel and allows me to keep making more and more helpful videos that will hopefully make your sessions that much more enjoyable. Thanks so much guys. If you would like to know more about the cod stock situation and how you can help, check out the link showing now. The links also include a video on the different types of features you can find at a beach and how to spot them, which can make all the difference when finding fish. Make sure to check out our channel page by clicking the channel name under this video, where you will find dedicated videos on how to catch other species, which will be regularly updated. Feel free to hit the bell icon if you wish to stay notified. We will also be adding regular videos on beach equipment, tackle, and more. Thanks again for watching another edition of Lighthouse Sea Fishing Tutorials. Until next time.